Hello. In our bunker in the basement of the Louvre in Paris, where all year we have been sheltering from the recession above. Behind me, some rather large picture frames that belong to a couple of Rubens on the 3rd floor upstairs. Please don't tell the museum we've got them. You know, as the show has moved forward through these difficult times, we've tried to bring you news before it happens to help you help us help you. Today we're going to take a look at how we've done so far, when we were right, and when did we get it wrong. All that wrapped up with the best of our guests from across the world. Stacy, what's the score, Ben?
Max, our best episode was our first episode in terms of predictions. Remember, we had the Oracle of France, Jacques Attali.
I remember that very well. Jacques Attali is, as they say in France, a grosse tête, big head. And he was able to make some startling predictions. He, in fact, predicted that the EMI deal would go bust because, according to Jacques, the music industry was facing a busted business model with the rise of the internet and the free peer-to-peer file swapping, if I remembered correctly. Private equity group, Terra Firma, owned by karaoke-loving Guy Hands, bought EMI along with Citigroup. In August of 2007, the two groups bought record label EMI for £4 billion. Stacy, how has the deal gone?
Well, if you listen to this interview...
It's very simple. Both Citigroup and ourselves were about 2 months too late. It was incredibly unfortunate timing. Some people would say bad timing, but the reality is if either Citigroup or ourselves could have guessed where the markets were going to head, we would be geniuses and have made a fortune.
Oh, that's great. So he's got 20/20 hindsight, the karaoke-loving Guy Hands.
That's right.
He's hanging out with Mick Jagger. No. He has a lot of protection now, doesn't he?
Citigroup has been bailed out by the U.S. taxpayer to the tune of $55 billion cash and $306 billion guarantee of their debt. So effectively, the U.S. taxpayer owns a chunk of EMI.
That's good news, even if EMI is going to be a chunk of nothing.
That's good news. But, Jacques, I take it you don't pay taxes in the United States?
In France.
If the French government owned a piece of EMI, would that be good news?
I think it would be a very bad decision to do that.
I see.
And you know what his expectations were?
What?
If you listen to this.
In terms of returns, one would normally be aiming for making around 3 times one's money on one's investment. I think in this environment, one's looking to make about 1.5 times one's money to 2 times one's money.
It's silly. At a moment where the real growth of the world GDP is only 5%, nobody can make more than 5% on the long term. And if these people made 100%, that means that they take money out of who? The poor and the wage earners, especially in music, which is a dying industry. It's like buying the Titanic after the accident.
Well, it's outrageous that they say, well, 300% maybe is not doable, but 150% we think we can do. That's absurd.
That's obscene.
That's still many, many, many times the growth rate, as you point out, and it's probably impossible.
It's not only impossible, it's possible if you steal the money to the rest of the people working, and it's mainly impossible in music at a moment where music is becoming free because of peer-to-peer, and when this industry will die because people will not anymore consider that as a relevant business model.
Max, in the second episode, we had Hollywood star Alec Baldwin, journalist from Der Spiegel, Ulrich Feichner, and CEO of HubDub, Nigel Eccles, and comedian Carrie Quinlan.
I love the mix on this show. We have all kinds of folks bringing it all together in the service of the prediction. Let's take a closer look.
Here's Obama, and he's being hailed as the president of the world.
Okay.
How it's going to go, I'm not sure. I think the Oracle needs to tell us.
Yeah, I think, we should try to consult with maybe a Hollywood superstar. Oracle, find us a Hollywood superstar. Oh, I hear a voice. I hear a laughter. This sounds awfully familiar, Stacy.
Are you there, Oracle?
Oh, my God. I know that voice.
Oracle, what will the ratings of my show be next week?
Well, I'm not sure. But I believe this is Alec Baldwin.
Yes, Max.
I'm not sure what the ratings will be, but I know that I'm downloading it for free on the internet. Does that have any impact?
Oh, please don't remind me of that, Oracle.
Are you seeing a kind of a shift in the perception of America to be more favorable now with Obama coming in?
But when Obama comes in, I think the first thing he's got to deal with is the economy. But at the same time, I have a lot of faith in Obama. He's going to bring the bulk of the U.S. troops and get them out of the dangerous spots in Iraq, if not out of Iraq completely, by the end of next year. So that's very hopeful.
All right. Well, thank you, Alec Baldwin of 30 Rock and other spectacular movies and productions around the world. Eric, let me ask you something. Barack Obama, Der Spiegel had a few cover stories on this. Is he now the president of the world?
He really is a guy who gets all the warm and good feelings of people out. So I guess that will help.
Nigel Eccles, Hubdub, prediction market master. You track these types of things in the prediction markets, which some have called more insightful than any other way of polling and getting information, aggregating information. Barack Obama's numbers on a global basis pretty spectacular, yes?
Oh yeah, like he would have won by a landslide in pretty much every country in Europe and generally worldwide.
Kerry, in the UK, very popular, Barack Obama?
It's the most exciting thing in the world.
How do people express their excitement for Barack Obama in the UK? They have another pint, or what do they do?
They very quietly say super. No, we don't like to make a big show of anything.
It was after episode 3 when the ball really started getting rolling here at the Oracle. Guests from all over the world, including the king of fashion, Jean-Paul Gaultier. When economics are bad, hemlines go down. When economics are good, we see hemlines go up.
Yeah, like we at the moment of Christian Dior, when it was like, that was like that. What I think at that moment is like it's a moment of cries. I think people don't want to see clothes that they can see everywhere else. I think they want to dream also. But also you have to notice that now in fashion it has changed a little. Is that fashion is not only related to the economy directly. Fashion is also like a show, like a fashion show, which means that there is like some people that love to see the show and to see the photo, but it doesn't mean that they buy the clothes, but they can buy something else. They can buy the accessories, they can buy the perfumes, they can buy some other thing.
We know that in economic times of depression, women go more for lipstick. It's called the lipstick indicator.
Yes.
And do you see sales of lipstick picking up now that the economy has slowed down a bit?
What I can tell you something is that I did lipstick for men for the moment. So we'll see if my men lipstick is going to be the good solution, the right answer to your question.
That's fantastic. And given my complexion, what would you recommend maybe color-wise?
Me, to be honest, I don't like too much the contrast. Bon.
Okay.
Here I did that, you know why? Because I have the wig just before. Right. But I think it has to be a little more like going well with your skin. So
you seem to be avoiding the question. You're not going to suggest a color.
I should
Am I a
say
hopeless case?
Something about like a beige.
A beige?
Yes, like a beige, not a red lipstick, because red lipstick, it's a little violent and aggressive.
Okay, so I should stay away from red lipstick. Let's go to the final Oracle prediction. I think the full Oracle is finally waking up from its auricular slumber. Oh yes, this is going to be a good one. I feel it. Oh, I feel it. Beige lipstick for men. The hottest trend in private equity. And another Oracle prediction. 2009 sees a surge in sales of creative content as more and more artists give away their material.
And the Oracle predicted there would be a run on the British pound by the beginning of April of this year. So we have 2 weeks left.
Well, the British pound has been quite weak. And whether or not there'll be a full-scale international run on the British pound, we still have a couple of weeks to find out if that'll be true, whether it lives up to the moniker Reykjavik on the Thames. All right, we need a prediction, because all this chit-chat's driving me crazy, and we're going to consult the Oracle. 2009 is another record year for Wall Street bonuses, despite a record year for bailouts. Number 2, the police rescue a group of bankers from an angry mob with pitchforks and torches down there in the lower depths of Manhattan.
That hasn't quite come true, but in the UK, MI5, their secret intelligence agency, is warning that there will be bank riots over this very thing, angry at bankers.
That's exactly what they said. Anger over bankers and riots will ensue. So I believe that our prediction is on track to being 100% accurate.
MI5 must be listening to the show.
MI5 are big listeners to this show. As a matter of fact, without MI5, we'd have no listeners at all. Oh, and there's also somebody in Nepal, apparently, who's writing angry letters. That's it for part one. We'll grab a coffee and a croissant and be straight back with Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Yabba Dabba Doo.